Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Upswing Report. It's Austin here, and today's video is all about brand collaborations and how to successfully make them happen. I'm about to drop a collaboration that I did between Upswing Apparel and MiiL. Upswing Apparel is the physical embodiment of the whole Upswing idea, the Upswing brand. The Upswing Report is sister brand to Upswing Apparel. Upswing Report is content surrounding the whole Upswing mentality, which is to not let life get you down, and if you do get knocked down, to continue to push up and go against the challenges and go after your fears and conquer them so that you can make the greatest impact possible with your time here on Earth. Upswing Apparel is the physical embodiment of that whole idea via the clothing line. MiiL is a duo of artists from the Chicago area. They're actually initially from Metro Detroit. They have a very unique sound. It's electronic. It's kind of trap, cinematic, high energy, also eclectic. There's a lot of cultural, oriental vibes behind them as well. The collaboration between Upswing Apparel and MiiL is dropping April 23rd. Check the description below to get more details. Initially, they reached out to me and said, hey Austin, we want to drop our EP, which is titled J For You Collection Volume 1. When we do that, we want to drop something with you for Upswing Apparel at the same time so we can promote the eclectic nature of their art. They don't want to just be music, they want to do streetwear, and so the collaboration made a lot of sense. So the collaboration on my end is, I'm wearing the shirt right now. We have two colors. We have the white, and it's very, very simple. There's the strip right here, and then on the back we have the new updated Upswing Apparel logo, which is not even yet released. It's for a rebranding that I'm gonna be doing for my entire line, but this is the first presentation of it. And then you can see on the back it says J For You Collection. And the black one is very similar, same style, just obviously a different color with the actual shirt in and of itself. I'm really happy with how the piece turned out. It's pre-shrunk 100% ring spun cotton, so it feels like your favorite worn t-shirt. Super luxurious feeling, very nice quality, and the design is awesome. So people have reached out to me in the past to collaborate with my brand. Sometimes I just, doesn't seem like a good fit, so we don't push forward with that. But I just want to let you know why I decided to work with MiiL, and hopefully there's some things that I say in this video that can help you if you have your own brand or your company wants to collaborate, or you're an artist and you want to collaborate with another artist, to help you kind of give you direction in order for you to make a successful collaboration happen. So with MiiL, the reason why I decided to collaborate with them is they're very positive guys, super, super talented, and they work really hard at their craft. They're always posting entrepreneurial, creative mindset stuff on their Instagram. They both have a love for streetwear fashion, and on top of all that, they're friends of mine. So the collaboration just made a lot of sense. So here are my 4 tips for creating a successful artist or brand collaboration. Number 1, make sure that your whys align. And when I say why, I mean kind of the core meaning behind the brand or artist. What do you stand for? What does your brand stand for? And you really gotta make sure that those 2 different brands or entities kind of coming together share a similar why. Because if they do, then you can pretty much make sure that your audiences will match up. Sure, there's gonna be differences, obviously, but if the underlying why can talk with each other, then the synergy will kind of happen, and people on both ends, from this entity to this entity, whether that's an artist or a brand or company or brand or et cetera, those can talk together if the whys are the same. The second thing is, thinking through if your whys do match up, after that is, do you want to associate your brand or your artistry with whatever they're doing? You just gotta decide, does it make sense? Long term, do I wanna associate myself with whatever they're doing? Are they quality? Do they match up with what you're trying to do? Will it bring your brand, will it elevate it up or uncover a new face of it? Or will it tear you down and make you feel lessened, or it'll decrease the quality of whatever you're trying to do? The third tip is, you just gotta negotiate what exactly the collaboration is going to entail. What we're dropping April 23rd is not the same thing as what we initially had planned. And that's just how life goes, You gotta roll with the punches. And that's one of the main reasons with Upswing, the brand apparel, Upswing, the brand for Report. I wanna take you guys along the journey so that you can realize that, hey, look, nothing's perfect, things go wrong. And I'll just share this with you guys. So initially, my plan and their plan together, we figured out, okay, Upswing Apparel is basically doing a rebranding. And that's not something I've really talked about much on the channel or even with Upswing Apparel on the Instagram or the website. But what I did last year, I made some profits. So I put them back into the business. I rebranded. I worked with one of my talented friends who's a designer, has his own agency, and I basically reinvigorated the whole brand. I elevated it to where I needed it to be. Initially, when I dropped the Upswing Apparel, I just pulled the trigger and I knew it was good and I was proud of it where it was at that time, but I did everything myself, all the designs, everything. And I knew that there's limitations on my end, and I knew it could be from basically take it from good to great. And that's exactly what this new drop is gonna be. However, the manufacturer that I'm working with, because everything before I did it literally by myself. I use a heat press machine. I'll link right here to some of the vlogs where I walk through the manufacturing process that I was using before, all in-house. I use a heat press machine to create a lot of my designs for pretty much all the pieces that I have right now that are live. But this new drop that I'm gonna be releasing hopefully soon is I'm working with a manufacturer actually in Peru, and there's been some back and forth and issues that we're working out and walking through, and that still hasn't dropped yet. Initially, the plan was to drop that whole capsule with their EP in tandem together, and then the shirt that I'm wearing is gonna be a collaboration with both of them. And then we are also going to do some videos with the capsule that was getting be released, the shirt that we collaborated on, and some featuring the EP tracks. That didn't work out either. Life happens, and that's reality. But that being said, the shirt that we put together is amazing. I love the simplistic design. The quality is superb. It does a great job of taking the J for You collection and the Upswing Apparel brand and moving them together in a MiiL Upswing Apparel approved way. Another thing that you're gonna have to figure out with the collaboration is what are the details of the money side of the equation. So with this drop, we basically split the expenses 50-50 between the raw materials for the shirt, the design, and I already had some of the fixed costs in place, such as my heat press machine that I used to put the design actually onto the pieces in and of themselves. I have all the bags and all the packing stuff. I have all the shipping costs and everything already kind of put into place for my brand currently. But in terms of the raw materials, we split those 50-50, and then we're just gonna split the profits 50-50 in the same way. And so that's how we decided on the numbers of the equation for this collaboration. And you're just gonna have to figure out those as well. Additionally, with the creative side of things, depending on how it's all gonna work out, really at the end of the day, you gotta make sure that you're not gonna be doing something that's gonna take your brand and put it in a light that you're not comfortable with. But when you're working with other people, you really do have to have that collaborative spirit. And in order to, like I said in the beginning, make sure that your whys align so that you're probably going to, when you're collaborating on the artistic side of it, you're gonna agree and it's not gonna be that big of a problem. How we collaborated is I put together some designs, and I'll put them on the screen right now. You can kind of see the iterations of how the design looked and changed. And we finally came to the design that you'll see right here, which is what I'm wearing right now. And they came out awesome, and I'm super pumped with how everything turned out. So after you've negotiated exactly what the collaboration will look like in terms of the numbers, as well as in terms of the creative side of things, the last tip I have is to really just focus on your gut. Does this whole collaboration feel right to you? Because your gut, you need to trust your instinct. And at the end of the day, if you have any hesitations between your collaboration, between your brand or your artistry and someone else or some other company, don't pull the trigger. You need to make sure that you listen to your gut, and if everything checks out there, then yes, go ahead. And those are the 4 tips that I'd recommend anybody to use if they want to have a successful collaboration. Now I'm gonna quickly go over 2 collaborations that the streetwear brand Supreme had that I think that they did not that great of a job on the first collaboration, but crushed it on the second collaboration. So the first collaboration was with Kermit the Frog. Supreme is a very successful streetwear brand. So at this point, really anything that they do is going to succeed. However, there was a lot of weirdness around this collaboration. I mean, think about it. What is Kermit the Frog's why? What is that whole brand about? Who is its target audience? And then Supreme, what's theirs? It just doesn't really mesh up. It's really kind of a weird and awkward collaboration. That being said, I think the strongness of Supreme's brand just pushed through and made it a success anyway. However, I believe that if they kept on doing these weird kind of off the wall collaborations that don't really make sense, it's going to eventually hurt their brand down the road, and that's not gonna be something that they wanna continue doing. The second collaboration that they did, which is, I think, really successful, Supreme did a collaboration with Louis Vuitton and nailed it. If you think about it, who wears Supreme and who wears Louis Vuitton? It's very fashion forward, ultra wealthy, people that are famous. And so both of those whys, or the brand's meanings behind them, even though they're different, they really can work on a collaboration together. And not only was it successful because Louis Vuitton, which is like this powerful fashion house that's been around for a long time, and this really one of the coolest brands out there, really, Supreme, they were able to kind of feed off of each other's energy, and then the limited collaboration that they had really kind of put them both on a new level that they really couldn't have achieved if they tried to do things by themselves. So those are my tips and a couple examples of how to collaborate successfully. If you have a business or a brand, or you're an artist and you want to collaborate in some way and you have any questions about what I said in this video, please leave them in the comments below. Also, if you'd like to pick up a limited edition Upswing Apparel Harlōw MiiL J for You collection t-shirt, you can go check them out on the website. The links will be in the description below. These things are fire, and I know you guys are really, really gonna like them. I'm also going to include a link to their J for You EP in the description below. Each of the 4 tracks are absolute bangers. All right, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep it upswing.